SAT score reports could not be designed worse.
How is it that a $1.5 billion company could not develop an actually useful piece of paper worth $68 for after voluntarily torturing yourself with 2 hours worth of mental strain at 8 in the morning? You would think that after College Board digitized the SAT that they would be able to provide never-before-seen information detailing what your score actually means, but for some reason we are devolving as a society. The interns who designed the simple 8.5x11 PDF simply did not have the attention span to spend more than 10 minutes creating something that conveys anything.
If anything, taking an online BuzzFeed homosexuality test would provide more insights than the SAT score report.
For something described as a score report, there wasn't even any effort to actually make the score information at least half of a page. Instead, College Board plays us as absolute fools, spoon-feeding us the landlord special. When the team responsible for the creation of the score report noticed the blank space occupying the bottom half of the document, they cover their incompetence with a Career Insights snapshot, compiling an AI-generated list of careers with no relevance to mind-numbing options on a screen labeled A through D alongside everything that isn't even remotely related to SAT scores. You are met with 8 sets of 7 billion Argentine pesos.
Fortunately, whatever created the score report was able to pass kindergarten grade Common Core standards, successfully evaluating the words reading and writing as different from math. However, within these categories, evidence shows that the undeveloped neurons in the brains behind filling in the bars must have struggled first and second grade. Any toddler would be able to realize that if you fill in 28 bars out of 28, the resulting fraction should be 100. Unlike the average elementary school student, someone believed that it's possible to score as low as 8600 and 8200, 800, 200 and find 100 of their skill bars filled. To justify this level of logic shared by a common house EFLI, the score report uses the phrase score bands to describe what is an obvious example of a fraction.
Even if we accept the definition of a score band, I will be referring to these as score shams. Our iPad child that dictates what SAT scores look like has zero computer literacy. Upon accessing Adobe Acrobat with a $100 license, they are unable to figure out how to create rectangles of different sizes.
Their idea of reliable data is founded upon the belief that having score shams represent disproportional score ranges is accurate and not misleading at all. Since we have also lost the ability to review what mistakes we have made, we have no idea how each module affected our score. Because they wasted space underneath the location of our actual score with meaningless insights, there is no longer space to fit 8 more sets of score shams to distinguish the 4 different modules that the SAT relies on.
Presented with the disaster that is score reports, a question arises. Why would College Board employ lobotomized children to design how SAT scores are communicated?
Considering their monopoly over high school standardized tests, there are only a few reasonable explanations to be made.
If students reached their desired scores on a glorified version of state testing that charges $68, a company profiting hundreds of millions off of these tests would not want to help anybody reach those scores.
Just as the practice tests are intentionally bad, so are the score reports.
It's all a tactic by College Board to establish world domination, inventing a reality where we are only provided food rations based on standardized tests that we pay for.
As their tests encroach on more aspects of our lifestyles, we are simply pawns to College Board executives. Their power grows, and humanity weakens, ultimately leaving nothing for us to do about it.
Wow, poetic masterpiece.